Hi, my name is Alyssa Deal. Here's my SWIC ID. It is the year 2020, and everywhere you look, you can see an evolution of science and technology to the importance of the Me Too movement. Yet, women still are fighting the battle of equal pay as men. Congress passed women's equal pay movement on March 22nd, 1972, and yet the workforce still has not caught up. There are many people who believe that equal pay does not exist in the U.S., but after extensive research, I can show you how unequal the pay between the sexes truly is. Some think that men work harder than women, and they believe this because men are more educated than women and they work higher paying professions. This is so absurd, so let's see why. Men outnumber women in harder majors. In an interview given by C-SPAN's Washington Journal, Genevieve Wood says there's a big difference in what men tend to major in. Petroleum engineering, for example, versus what women major in, which they tend to call softer sciences, like education and healthcare and teaching. Men tend to work in higher paying jobs. The American Community Survey shows that the most common jobs for men were truck drivers, most miscellaneous managers, and freight movers, where secretary, nurses, and teachers were the most common for women. After seeing this evidence, there is no way that we can agree with this claim that men work harder than women, and that's why women are paid significantly less. And here's why. Although it may be true that men tend to major in petroleum engineering, CNBC states that women earn about 56% of all bachelor's degrees. In fact, in 2016, women earned a majority of doctoral degrees, outnumbering men in grad school 135 to 100. In an article in CNN Business, it says that male teachers earn a median of $1,025 a week, whereas a woman earns $937 a week. This is about 91 cents to a man's dollar in a job that is 80% dominated by women, yet men still earn more for doing the same exact job. This evidence alone shows that women are not setting out to find lower paying jobs, but any job a woman does find is valued less. And when a job is done by a man, it is valued more, therefore higher wages for the man for the same job. With higher wages for men for the exact same job a woman does, the loss in pay for women is drastic. It only gets worse when you look at it annually, especially for a young single household trying to stay above water, living paycheck to paycheck. Some think that men are more committed to their jobs. They believe this because women leave their jobs to have children and believe that being a mother makes a woman less productive and less committed to their work. This is so ridiculous. So let's break down this argument just a little bit more. Women will leave the workforce to have children. Kevin Miller, a senior researcher at the American Association of University Women, tells CNBC, women will take unpaid family leave, whereas men refuse to take family leave if it is not paid. Being a mother makes women less productive and committed to their work. In an article from the Pew Research Center, about 42% of women with children say that at some point in their working life, they had to reduce their hours in order to care for a child or a family member at home. Another 39% of women have said that they have taken a significant amount of time off from work just to care for family members or for a child. Although these facts may be true, it is not that women want to leave their jobs to have children, it's that they have no choice financially. In fact, in a fact sheet written by the Institute for Women's Policy Research, it states that by being a mother, women's advancement opportunities shrink drastically while men's opportunities grow. Because of this, it just makes more sense financially for a woman to leave while tending to a child, since the husband makes more significantly than the wife. This data alone shows why women leave the workforce without pay, and honestly without any idea if they will be paid the same when they do return to work. And why some women have trouble settling back into work after having a child. With equal pay for women, along with with equal pay for women, along with family leave for both the mother and the father, this would result in more equally time off shared care for the child. But it would also make it a lot easier for a woman to afford childcare and fully commit to their jobs. There are some people who believe that there is no paid discrimination in the U.S. They say this because it's illegal in the U.S. and that a woman does not get equal pay because they don't know how to negotiate. This is so far from the truth, so let's break that down. Pay discrimination is illegal in the U.S. Workplacefairness.org states that pay discrimination based on employees' membership in a protected category like race, disability, and sex is prohibited by anti-discrimination laws. Relevant laws include Title VII, Title I of the American with Disabilities Act, and Age Discrimination and Employment Act, state anti-discrimination laws, and the Equal Pay Act, which specifically address pay discrimination based on sex. Women are bad at negotiating. According to CNBC, research shows that women are less likely to negotiate job offers. Harvard Business Review states that women who decide not to negotiate her starting salary upon graduation will forgo an average of $7,000 in the first year and will lose a tremendous amount more over a 45-year career. After seeing these facts, we can agree that pay discrimination is illegal in the U.S. and that women may not be good at negotiations, but there are so many reasons why pay discrimination does exist and why women tend not to negotiate job offers. In an article from Insight, while pay discrimination is illegal, many employers still do it and have no ramifications despite legal actions taken against that employer. Women are likely to receive massive blowback trying to negotiate their salary, which can result in an even larger pay gaps. Carol Sankar, the leadership advisor and founder of the Confidence Factor for Women, writes that women negotiating is seen as improper act and will appear greedy or desperate. These are strong examples on why women are perceived as bad negotiators and why pay discrimination laws are nowhere near effective in the workplace. With better enforcement of discrimination laws in the workplace, along with programs for women to be trained on skills to negotiate and being comfortable to speak up, will help the pay gap between men and women. This will also give us a well-deserved sense of we too are valued as much as men. So, as a woman in the workforce, I have struggled personally to get paid what I deserved for the skills, even though women before my time have fought for me to have that right. Today's government, they seem more concerned with the big corporate structure and the economy's success. I would truly like for them to remember that without both men and women, there's the big economy they claim would not exist. I can only hope that at some point in our government would look at the right for equal pay for all women, just as important as the topic as their economic agenda. As a parent, I want to encourage the current and future generations to speak out in the fight against this and help us resolve this once and for all.